Welcome to Sports Express with Spencer Davidson and Chelsea Sherrod. Brought to you by Scalzo, Zogby & Wittig and the law offices of Ricardo J. Morrow.
Coming up aboard the Express, the Utica Comets return home to the Aud to take on North Division rival Laval Rocket.
Plus, two undefeated boys basketball teams go head-to-head as Whitesboro hosts Notre Dame.
But first, time for tonight's big game. The New Hartford Spartans took on Rome Free Academy in the Bobby Shikotti Memorial Hockey Tournament. In the 7 years that this tournament has been around, these two teams are the only squads to have won the championship. About halfway through the first period, RFA on the break. It's going to be junior forward Jake Hall bringing the puck across the goal and sneaks this one in to put the Black Knights on the board with a 1-0 lead.
And about a minute and a half later, Spartans possession. It's going to be a quick shot from the left wing, and it's good. It'll be from senior defenseman Robert French to tie things up at 1 for his guys. Spence, this was a tight game throughout the second period.
Yeah, both teams played solid defense along with strong play from the goalies. Both Derek Joy of New Hartford and Isaiah Niebusch of RFA had 7 saves apiece in the period. Niebusch tallied 9 in the second, and Joy had 4 on his side as well.
It was a tie game at the end of the second, and of course things would start heating up as soon as we had to head back. New Hartford would tally 3 more goals from Caden Kramer, Aiden Joy, and Michael Hansen in the third to go on to win this one 4-2.
Hello everyone and welcome to Sports Express. So a great night for boys hockey locally.
Definitely. The New Hartford RFA game was actually the second game of the Bobby Shikotti tournament tonight. Whitesboro and Mohawk Valley squared off right before that one.
Yeah.
And the Warriors straight dominated this game. About 12 minutes to go in the first period. Warriors on a power play, junior forward Noah Scranton to Troy Chamberlain for the one-timer to the back of the net. Puts the Warriors up 1-0.
Nice pass there. 3 minutes left in the first. Chamberlain goes through his defenders' legs and gives a nice leading pass to Scranton to return the favor. That's number 2 for Whitesboro.
And with less than 10 seconds left in the period, Josh Bono finds Logan Lachaz in great position for the strong finish to put the Warriors up 3 going into the break.
Yeah, the Warriors put in 2 more goals in the second to be up 5-0, and with 8.5 minutes to go in the third, Bono to a cutting James Krager, and he puts it in to score. Warriors take a 6-0 lead. There it is, and that would do it. Whitesboro shuts out Mohawk Valley 6-0. They face New Hartford in the championship game tomorrow at 7:30.
On the hardwood, 2 teams, 6 wins, no losses. Notre Dame and Whitesboro collide with each team coming in at 3-0 and only one leaving this one unbeaten. Off the opening tip, Jugglers jumping in front. That's Mohamed Magano with the steal and the finish to get the visitors on the board first.
Tied at 2, another takeaway for Notre Dame. This time Magano sends ahead for Jaden Mason, who pulls up and goes off the glass for the bucket. Mason led the Jugglers with 17 points.
More than midway through the first, Whitesboro's Matt Lee with the vision hits Nick Sardina midair for the quick touch at the hoop. He had 16 for the Warriors.
In the second, Whitesboro down by 1. Not anymore. Josh Ruffing hits the corner 3 as the Warriors pull ahead. He led all scorers with 18 on the night.
Final minute of the half, Whitesboro by 2. Mason finds Magano again with a nice look. 2 of Muhammad's 15 points ties the game.
Warriors with a late 3. This is Matt Lee with the fake, then he drains it. We'd actually be tied at 25 at the half, but a 22-9 third quarter would lift Whitesboro to a 60-49 win.
The Herkimer boys basketball team made their way over to Frankfort Schuyler tonight to take on the undefeated Maroon Knights. Herkimer is 3-5 coming into this one, and Frankfort Schuyler beat Oxford last night on the road 59-48. Halfway through the first quarter, Maroon Knights down 5. Levi Spina dribbles through the lane. He kicks it out to Michael Durallo with the dime to senior forward Greg Griffin under the basket for 2.
3 minutes, 45 seconds left in the first. Herkimer's Jordan Leno to junior forward Jeff Liga, who knocks it down from long distance. The Magicians take a 6-point lead from there.
And speaking of Magicians, Jordan Leno was magic tonight. In this possession, I wish you could have heard it. His teammates were telling him to shoot it, and he does. He knocks it down from 3. He finished with 25 points tonight. The Herkimer Magicians worked their magic and handed the Maroon Knights their first loss this season, winning 72-63.
All right, that'll take us to the first intermission on Sports Express. Still to come, this week's featured athlete of the week.
But coming up next, the Comets return to the Adirondack Bank Center for another North Division contest, this time against the Laval Rocket. Now let's check out other scores from around the area in our Sports Express Score Master.
If you want to join the conversation on Twitter, use hashtag SportsExpress. It's Express. Brought to you by Scalzo, Zogby & Wittig and the law offices of Ricardo J. Morrow.
Welcome back aboard the Express. In the pro hockey ranks, the Utica Comets are in the middle of a big week here, as tonight they played in the second of 3 divisional matchups over the course of 4 days.
Right, and after beating the Senators in Belleville on Wednesday, the team returned home today to host the Laval Rocket. Comets
leading scorer Reed Boucher salutes the crowd after being recognized for breaking the team's all-time goals record with his 76th as a Comet on Wednesday.
Nice.
First period, Comets kill off a penalty, but right after the power play expires, Otto Leskinen sends it backdoor to Alexander Alain, who has a wide open net to put it into. Zane McIntyre, no chance on that. 1-0 Rocket.
4 minutes into the second, another tough one for the Comets netminder. Michael McCarron finds Yannick Bayou all alone, and he roofs it. Utica trails by 2.
A quick response just 48 seconds later. Comets with the pressure. Brogan Rafferty intercepts the pass, centers for Cole Lynn, who redirects it past Caden Primo to get the Utica Comets on the board and give them some momentum.
More than midway through the frame, another solid forecheck. Boucher sends it in right in front. Justin Bailey picks it up and he threads the needle to get the Comets back even.
Late in the period, big chance for Laval. Jake Evans chips ahead, comes in all alone. McIntyre with a big stop, closing up the 5-hole to turn him aside. These teams traded goals in the third, but Rafferty, Sven Berchi, and Nikolai Goldobin all convert on the man advantage, so the Comets win 5-3.
Nice. Utica City FC forward Ricardo Diegues was voted as the MASL Player of the Week this week, making him the second Utica player to receive the honor so far this season. Diegues came up big for the city in their win against Baltimore last week, scoring 4 goals and assisting on Ben Raymond's overtime winner in a 7-6 victory.
Yeah, overall, Diegues leads the team with 8 goals and is tied for the team lead with 9 points. Good signing so far, I'd say. Yeah. He and Utica City are back in action next week for a pair of home games on the 28th and 29th against the Harrisburg Heat and Blast, respectively.
Awesome stuff.
Sound the horn for intermission number 2 here on the Express, but we're saving the best for last.
Of course, of course. Up next, we'll introduce you to our latest athlete of the week who has backstopped his team to a fast start coming into tonight.
For final scores and video highlights from tonight's games, log on to WKTV.com. This is Sports Express Athlete of the Week. Brought to you by Scalzo, Zogby & Wittig and the law offices of Ricardo J. Morrow.
Welcome back aboard the Express. It's time now to unveil our Athlete of the Week.
Even though it's early in the high school winter season, this goalie has made a huge impact for his team on the ice. Check it out. Isaiah Niebusch is Rome Free Academy's star goalie. Since the start of the season, Isaiah has accompanied his team to a 4-1 record. He's got a 2.21 goals against average. He's tallied 133 saves, which is about 26 saves per game, and earned about a 93% save percentage. If you're not too familiar with hockey, this means that he's starting the season off strong.
One of the most important guys we have, Isaiah. I mean, he's tough in the net. He gives us a chance to win no matter who we're playing. And it's just nice to know that we have a guy like him in the back end. And you know, he's that last line of defense for us, and he's just such a great competitor in the net. He really takes it to heart, keeps pucks out, and you know, glad we got him on our team.
But Isaiah is just as humble as they come. He gives all the credit to the team's success so far to his teammates and says that his true inspiration to go out and play comes from his parents and coaches.
Well, I try to help out as much as I can. I've been in the team for a long time, so I, teaching them, a couple things. But otherwise, we have 3 captains, so they're doing their job too, which is good. Definitely my parents. My parents have always been my inspiration to keep playing sports and just keep playing. And I've also had a good string of coaches and goalie coaches to just help me keep going. And thankful for my skill. My skill is decent, so I can, save many shots, and it just, keeps me going.
In his 5th year with the program, his head coach is more than happy with his progression. He says that Isaiah has been the go-to guy for his fairly young squad and says that the younger guys look up to him because of his maturity on the ice.
Yeah, Isaiah's been with us since he's a 7th grader, and, we've watched him grow in front of our eyes. The last couple of years being our starter, he'd be a leader for us with his play on the ice, but he's really starting to take on more of a vocal leadership role, helping our defensemen on the ice, off the ice, letting them know what he sees, and it's just been a big help for us.
And what's Isaiah's pregame ritual?
The soccer ball is kind of like my one ritual. I always have to do it right before the game, and then I always have Powerade with me to drink before every game. But otherwise, everything's just I just go with the flow.
If you know of a high school athlete who deserves to be Athlete of the Week, here's our contact information. Call, email, find us on social media. Just send us who you would like to be nominated and why. All featured athletes will receive a plaque courtesy of CNY Awards and Apparel.
All right, so a big night tonight, big one tomorrow as well, and Chelsea has you covered, folks. She'll be heading to Cotterell Court at Colgate University for a men's-women's basketball doubleheader. The Raiders men take on Columbia at noon, women hosting Wagner after that at 2. Plus, the Comets are right back on the road to complete their big divisional week as they take on the Rochester Americans. And then, of course, we have the New Hartford Whitesboro hockey game for the Bobby Cicotti tournament.
Yes,
That'll do it for us. We're off next week for the holiday, so we'll see you the following week for another edition of Sports Express.
This has been Sports Express, brought to you by Scalzo, Zogby & Whitting and the law offices of Ricardo J. Morris.